What's going on, guys? So I'm back from the cycling and my body is just about recovered. However, I'm running out of YouTube ideas. So I bought this, the Content Creator 2000. Very keen to give it a go. Wow. I really like photography. Done way too much walking. For now, Breaking Bad. I would be keen to make my own drugs and sell them, but better not. Turbo speedboats. How can I make it even better than the last video? Oh. Coming up on Walker.
When we were young, the future was so bright. The old neighborhood was so alive. And every kid on the whole damn street was gonna make it big and not repeat. Now the neighborhood's cracked and torn. The kids are grown up, but their lives are worn. How can one little street swallow so many lives? Chances grown, nothing's free. Longing for used to be. Still it's hard to see. Fragile lives, shattered dreams.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the finals of the Turbo Speedboat season, I think. I'm here with Richard. Richard? Wow. Okay, I'll link that video down below. Today, a very special mission. Not only did we want to meet up with our teammates, but the challenge was to capture some of the very best Turbo Speedboat footage never seen before without our wives divorcing us.
Richard! No, we're not allowed. She said no. She said no, Richard. Richard, get back in the car.
It is always a privilege to head out to a new location with a friend, and as such, I was feeling pretty lucky. So, as always, I purchased a lottery ticket that I'd hope to give away later on. Now, the day was turning into, well, like every other day in Thailand, absolutely stunning. Crystal clear with skies as blue as the ocean. Certainly not the water these guys were racing on. But today wasn't just any day. We'd made our way to the starting line of the drag strip, and we were pretty surprised to find it placed in a most unexpected location. A bold decision, considering that these jet-fueled machines can launch from 0 to 100 kilometers in a mind-blowing 1 second. 1 freaking second! The audacity of setting the start facing this bridge was something else. So we quickly moved up there, eager to capture the action from a slightly higher vantage point. As you can see, not an awful place to be, but with wires and parts of the bridge always in the bloody way. I did dangle the 360 camera over the edge, which actually got wet here, and as I couldn't see how far I was putting it down, I didn't want to cause any more danger. There was enough of that around already. In fact, with that murky water, this guy was clearly the bravest person around.
Nearly dropped my phone, which would be somewhat ironic that I dropped it over a bridge, given that I've been on one of these boats with Richard. If you want to check that out, it's probably popping up in the corner, or there'll be a thumbnail. There'll be something cool.
With that, we moved in closer to the action, crossing over to the shaded area underneath the bridge. Now, it wasn't the best spot for a view, but it was the only refuge from the blazing sun. It had a pretty big crowd there. As we looked at the drivers getting prepared for their races, we had an unexpected request for a selfie.
Doing a good job? No, you're not hot. Hot. Sound. Absolutely sound. Like this.
At a guess, I would say he was there to ensure that no unwanted bedding was being placed. He was basically one of millions of people that day who said hi or smiled, once again feeling super welcomed amongst the many times we heard the word farang shouted or discussed. We did in fact find an Italian guy a little bit later on, however I believe Richard took him into the water and drowned him, ensuring that we in fact remained the only foreigners there. I I didn't film that bit. Thanks again to Richard for taking me there and for sharing some of his footage. As ever, the true experience in Thailand, they always want absolutely everyone to share in the thrill involved. Thus, walking down the street was not without its dangers. And for anyone planning to go to one of these events in the future, earplugs. Take earplugs.
We found our team again.
Not only did we find the team we supported, but we ran into a familiar face from the last video too.
There we go then. Oh, wait, my eyes are up here, boys. Let's just go. What's your name?
Coffee.
Coffee?
Yes.
Oh, Coffee. Chris.
Yes.
Nice to meet you.
Coffee, or as I later found out, Golfy, that bloody speaker, was always the first to welcome us and in the last video helped us get on those boats. So I thank her, and for reference, I'm filming my drone controller here, guys, okay? Go have a cold shower or something.
To say thank you very much for the last time. For you. Good luck. Yeah, for you. Hopefully you win.
To ensure I wasn't playing favoritism to someone with one very big heart, I bought the rest of the team some beers and headed further down the road with Richard. As we walked, we stopped at every opportunity to get closer to these incredible machines. And for anyone wondering, these 2 cable ties is what you hold on to when traveling at warp speed at 165 kilometers. Last time they only had 1 cable, so I guess safety is improving. Totally worth it. Now, watch your ears here, but nothing beats this incredible sound. And please keep in mind, this next clip, video and audio, has not been edited in any way other than slightly turning it down. At the end of the drag strip was this much smaller and older bridge. My very first step broke something. Richard had bravely offered to go first, but knowing that a guy half my size can cross a bridge meant absolutely nothing to me, so I was happy to lead the way. Plus, if Richard drowned, I'd have no one to take me home.
Let's see if we can do one thing that no one's ever done before, because usually it's by the airport, right? So you can't fly a drone. Now this, it's going to make or break the video, so let's have a look. If I think I get it back. I hope I get it back. Let's see.
And so for you lucky people who are still watching, you've already had one pretty awesome punk montage. It's time for a second one with some good old-fashioned rock and roll.
I got a gal, she looked just fine. Always bring me whiskey and wine. Breakfast in the morning and dinner at night. Everything she do just right. But when I say what you want me to do, she say it's just one thing that I want from you. A little bit of rock, a little bit of roll, a little bit of rock, ooh, a little bit of roll, a little bit of rock, a little bit of roll, itty bitty little bit of rock and roll. We went to a dance.
Not my favorite song, but I'm glad to have finally used it. Now, all that was left to do before the major channel announcement was to check out the finishing line. It seems to be this rope. And this guy who sits there and I guess informs the speaker announcer to call it out to the crowd and deafen everyone watching. And given that there's only so much you can do with footage of boats flying past you in 1 to 2 seconds, I'll end it there. In the last year, I've walked over 1,000 kilometers for this channel and cycled probably double that. I've spent thousands of dollars on camera equipment, hotels, and don't get me started on how long the edits take. And frankly, I love it. I've replied to absolutely every single comment I've ever got, and together we've donated over $1,000 to various charities, so thank you guys for that. However, I'm gonna burn out way before my channel reaches its goals, so for now, I've decided to make just one video per month. One epic, incredible, movie-esque type video, think like Top Gear or the Grand Tour, but of course, in my style. I'm not a vlogger, I've never really wanted to make Thai-related content, I just want to make incredible content that you guys can watch and enjoy, just forget about the troubles of the world. Next month, I'm heading to England, Iceland, and then South Korea. I've been offered a luxury boat that I can play with, and of course, me and Donnie will be taking that bloody motorbike sidecar 400 kilometers on the world's greatest visa run. So let me know what you think about that. It's not forever, just for now. Thanks for listening and hopefully understanding. Speaking of now, here's a sneak preview of what's coming up next time on Walker.